Szia, welcome to episode 64 of the Hungarian Living podcast. We are still talking about the Hungarian language. Stay tuned. Well, hello. Welcome to the Hungarian Living podcast. I'm your host, Elizabeth Szabó-Vasz. Our goal is to discover, celebrate, and share Hungarian heritage and encourage you to do it too. We'll touch on food, travel, history, music, language, genealogy, and share stories from our guests. We're glad you're here. This is a podcast where we'll explore Hungarian heritage in a variety of ways. We'll introduce you to some fun people and organizations who love their Hungarian heritage and share some great resources with you so you can get connected to your Hungarian heritage in a deeper way. So whether you know a little or a lot about being Hungarian, this is the place to be. Welcome back. This is part 7 of the Icipici Series about getting started with Hungarian on the Hungarian Living podcast. And we have Anna Hamp back with us today, and we are going to talk about some common phrases that we would use with folks who speak Hungarian. So what we're going to do is, Anna, I'm going to say a word or a phrase in English, and then you can teach us how to say it in Hungarian. How's that sound?
Sounds great.
Okay, perfect. So how do you say good morning?
Jó reggelt. You want to try to say it, Liz?
Jó reggelt.
Very nice.
Okay, thank you. All right. How about good afternoon?
Well, that's a little trickier. Hungarian doesn't have good afternoon exactly. We have something that's good day, the equivalent of good day. So it's anytime from like 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. You can say that. And that would be jó napot. Jó napot.
Jó napot.
Very nice. Yes.
Okay. All right. And how about good evening?
Jó estét. Jó estét.
Jó estét.
Yes. Excellent.
And how about good night?
Jó éjszakát. Jó éjszakát.
Jó éjszakát.
Yes, but there's also a shorter way to say it, which might be easier, which is jó ét. Jó ét.
Jó ét.
Yes.
Okay.
Very nice.
And one that I think is probably pretty important just because it's just always good to have good manners. How about thank you?
Köszönöm. Köszönöm.
Köszönöm.
Yes, excellent. There is also a shorter way for that too. Just like in English, how you can say thanks.
Okay.
That would be Köszi. Köszi.
Köszi.
Yep.
Now, I've seen Kösz. Is that also another?
That too. Yeah.
Okay.
That's also possible. Kösz.
Okay. Now I'm going to throw in one more, and I know this one is very complicated, but it's one that people think is very important. And it would be the cheers, how to say cheers, and just the general, because I know there's different endings depending on how many people there and all that kind of stuff. But just if you and I are sitting together and we're having a glass of wine, what do we say to each other?
We would say Egeségedre. And that's a hard one. And the most important thing about it is to keep in mind what you learned in the two episodes ago, where you learned that the stress always goes on the first syllable. That's especially important with this one. So it's Egeségedre.
Egeségedre.
Beautiful. Yes. Very
okay.
Nice.
Well, thank you so much for helping us with a few things that we should get to know if we're starting Hungarian. We might as well start practicing with some useful phrases. Thank you so much for being here and helping us with that.
It's always great to be here.
By the way, if you want to practice speaking Hungarian, we are offering our Hungarian dialogue sessions again, starting in early September. So contact me right away if you want to jump in on the fun, and we will talk about more details and phrases that you can use right away during these sessions. Thank you, Anna, for joining me on the podcast again.
My pleasure.
And we will talk with you guys next time. Do you want to learn the Hungarian language, Hungarian history, or learn how to research the Hungarian side of your family? We've got you covered. Check out all our learning opportunities, as well as meaningful books and gifts at thehungarianstore.com. Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this episode of the Hungarian Living podcast, please share it with someone you know who loves their Hungarian heritage. If you own a business and would like to talk about sponsoring an episode of the podcast, please contact us at podcast@hungarianliving.com for more information. Special thanks to Stephen Chichek and the Animal Cannibals for the show music. Check out our show notes for links to resources mentioned in this episode. If you have a question or comment, we'd love to hear from you. We'll catch you next time.